Hey guys, it's Skuff here, and I know I haven't made ignore that was my phone. I know I haven't made a video in a while, but I have reason to now, because as you can see, I got a new turntable. It is the Pro-Ject debut Curvin with the Order 2 in red. Great turntable, worth picking up, great upgrade for anybody who has like a starter. Like I had that standing table, it was alright, but this is a much better upgrade. So, playing in the background is my original pressing of Dog Problems by the Format. Great record that was recently reissued and is definitely worth picking up, because this original pressing, I just recently found this out as well, it was before the repressing, like going for like multiple hundreds of dollars on Discogs, and I'm like, whoa. I got this when it was like $20 or some whatever, when you can still buy it on their website. But anyway, so I have actually some recent purchases to show you. This is going the whole way back to October, because my senior year of high school happened and I haven't been able to make a video. So going back to my birthday, which is in October, I got a copy of the Mighty Mighty Bosstones' most recent album, The Magic of Youth. I believe this came out in 2011. Great ska album. Worth picking up. I believe it's still in print. You can get it on like Amazon or other places that sell new vinyl. Great. My favorite songs in here probably have a Horseshoe and the Rabbit's Foot and the title track, The Magic of Youth. It's very good, but it's not their best album, but it's definitely worth picking up if you're a fan. In a similar vein of recent releases in the third wave ska genre, we have Less Than Jake's 2013 album, See the Light. Got my stack's falling over. This is basic classic Less Than Jake, still not their best. Their best is definitely Hello Rock You, but this is still definitely worth picking up. My money is on The Long Shot's probably my favorite song on here. Next we have the 2013 reissue of the, I think, early 1991 Too Much Joy album, Serial Killers. First time this has been available on vinyl outside of, I think, Germany. And Side One Dummy reissued this, I believe, on yellow and blue vinyl, and I have the blue version. Great early 90s pop rock, but with some humor to it. Too Much Joy is a really interesting band. I hadn't heard of them until I think my brother told me about them, and they told me that they just reissued this on vinyl. It's definitely worth picking up, definitely worth checking out. And here we have Streetlight Manifesto's 99 Songs of Revolution Volume 1. 99 Songs of Revolution is a planned project by Thomas Kalanke, the lead singer of Streetlight Manifesto, between Streetlight Manifesto and his other act, Bandits of the Acoustic Revolution, and other related acts, record 99 cover songs, and this is the first volume. Features Birds Flying Away, Hell, Just, Skyscraper, Punk Rock Girl, Linoleum, Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard. They provide the paint for the picture-perfect masterpieces you will paint on the insides of your eyelids, Red or Revolve, the Troubadour, and Such Great Heights. Streetlight Manifesto, if you don't know about them by now, you know that I'm a huge fan. This was the only album that I didn't have on vinyl, and I finally picked it up. Really great cover versions. Their cover version of Such Great Heights, the Postal Service song, is fantastic, because all the bleepy bloop synth stuff at the beginning, they all do that with horns, and it's just, one of the best things I've ever heard. And here, I got this is for Christmas. I got Titus Andronicus' second album, The Monitor. Probably one of the best albums ever made. I'm not kidding. One of the best albums ever made. This came out in 2010, and it is a punk rock album about the Civil War, sort of. I always describe it as it uses punk rock themes to exemplify the trials and tribulations of a 20-something loser, self-proclaimed loser from New Jersey. Really great. There's recurring themes. It's basically like a novel. It's one of the best concepts albums, one of just the best albums ever made. If you don't own this, you should. Okay, here we have probably the first Grail I've ever had. It is an original 1997 pressing of the Let's Face It by the Mighty Mighty Bosstones. This is the album that got, as I said before, I think I may have said this before, got me into third wave ska. My dad played this, and I always just had his CD. But this is the original 1997 pressing on red vinyl. Just a fantastic album. And I bought this on Discogs sealed for like 40 bucks, so it was definitely worth it, because I had never seen one for sale for a reasonable price before, and this is one of my favorite, definitely the Mighty Mighty Bosstones' best album. Features their big, well-known song, The Impression That I Get. Definitely, this was reissued last year, 2013, but I believe that was from a digital master. This is from the original master tapes, I do believe. The original 1997 pressing. Also from the same seller on Discogs, I got a copy of Beach House's Bloom album. This was well known on the VC when it came out, and I just never got around to hearing it. It's a great album, I just picked it up on vinyl. Also on Discogs, I got a copy of Catherine Wheel's 1995 album Happy Days. This isn't really as shoegazy as some of Catherine Wheel's other stuff, and it's not as good, but it's one of the easiest to get on vinyl in the United States because it was released here. It is on this, it's supposed to be, Discogs said it was clear, the pressing version said it's clear, but my copy is more on Coke Bottle Green. It's an alright album. It's alright to listen to every once in a while. Also, we have Titus Andronicus' first album, The Airing of Grievances. I love this album cover. This is their first album. It's a lot less polished than their other albums, but that's what just makes it so good. He's whining a lot on this record. It's very existentialist. It's a whole song called Albert Camus. Great album, really, really great lo-fi punk. So, as I mentioned before, the Format, because of their 10th anniversary, repressed Dog Problems and also put out two things that have never been released on vinyl. They put out a die-cut vinyl die-cut single of the song Swans, the full band version, which had never been released before. And they also pressed their first album, Interventions and Lullabies, which was never before pressed on vinyl because their first album came out on Elektra in 2003 and was right before Elektra folded, and it was 2003, they weren't interested in pressing vinyl at that time. So this was their first album, Interventions and Lullabies. I wasn't following this for some reason, all this information about these reissues, so I missed the deluxe edition of this album. So mine is just the standard jacket version on black vinyl as opposed to the gatefold on orange. But still great music, and if you don't know the Format, you should. It's I'm assuming like 99% of you know Fun. I'm assuming you've recognized his voice from the music. It's his first band that's much better than Fun. I mean, Fun's not horrible, but this is just better than Fun. Definitely check out both Dog Problems and Interventions and Lullabies. They only had those two albums, and they're just both absolutely fantastic. And finally, we have two more albums. We have You Can't Hide the Sun by We Are the Union. This is really interesting. It's kind of like hardcore punk, but it uses horns, and it's kind of ska, but it doesn't really have ska. It kind of weirdly works with the melodic horns, but the not melodic anything else. It just is weird, and it works. Finally, we have Red City Radio, The Dangers of Standing Still. More hardcore, but this doesn't have any horns. Really just interesting stuff. These are both kind of like impulse purchases, something I'm trying to cut down on this year. Both of these I came up on my Spotify Discover, and these are they're both pressed on paper and plastic records. Their LPs are only $12, so it was only like $2 more than just downloading them. So I figured why not just get them on vinyl. So those are my recent pickups, and I've also, if you follow me on Instagram, you see I've been doing the January Record a Day Challenge, which is a really cool challenge. Just like different themes, and I feel like they might be doing them for later months too. So, yep. Alright, see you guys later. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and keep spinning.